Hi everyone, how you doing? You're welcome back to the channel. On today's video, we'll be drafting and cutting this corset top with Basque effect at the front. This is the front of the blouse and this is the back of the blouse. You can see how neatly finished it is. I'm not done yet. It's remaining the loop and the sleeve. We'll be dropping the sewing video soon. Please don't forget to engage. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share this video with your soul friends. Thank you. So to draft this corset pattern, I have my pattern paper here. The first thing I did, I drew a straight line here for the startup line. Then I came in by 1 inches. This is a guide that this is my center front. After doing this, now the next we have to do is to get the shoulder to waist. This is my shoulder to waist, which is 16. Then shoulder to the length of the top, which is 25. And the next I have to do now is to get shoulder to bust point. Shoulder to bust point I'm working with is 10 inches. Then shoulder to under bust, which is 13 inches. So now connect these lines together. I'm done connecting the lines. Now the next we have to do is to get the width of the neck line. The width I'm working with is 3 inches. I'll come here and mark 3 inches, and the depth is also 3 inches. Now connect this with my French curve. After getting the neckline, now we have to get the shoulder. The shoulder I'm working with is 14. You divide your shoulder by 2. So 14 divided by 2 will give me 7 inches. Then I'll add half inches for seam allowance. This is 7.5. From the 7.5 mark we have here, I'll come down by 1 inches for the shoulder slant. And I'll connect this 1 inches mark to the width of the neckline. Now the next we have to do is to get the bust line, also known as the chest line. So to get your bust line, you divide your bust by 6 plus 1.5. The bust I'm working with is 36. 36 divided by 6 plus 1.5 give me 7.5. Here I will drop down 7.5 here. And I will check what I have all the way. I have 8.5. Then I'll mark 8.5 here. Now connect this line together. Now this is my chest line. Then bust points, under bust, the waist, and top length. After labeling my pattern, I'll bring down the shoulder measurement on the chest line, which is 7.5 here. And now connect these lines together. Okay, after connecting the line, now we check what we have. Here we have 7.5. This 7.5 now you divide it by 2. I divide this by 2, which is now 3.75. This is it. Then I'll come in by 0.75. So now connect a straight line from this 1 inches we came down here. Connect the armhole. So now I'm done with that. The next we have to do now is to get the bust span, also known as the nipple to nipple. The nipple to nipple I'm working with is 8 inches. 8 divided by 2 will give me 4 inches. Then I'll come in also on the under bust, 4 inches. On the waist, 4 inches. Then I'll go down on the top length also and mark 4 inches. Now connect this with a straight line. So now on the bust point line, I'll come down by 1 inches. My dart is not getting to the bust points. And on the hem of the top, I'll come up by 2 inches. It's not getting to the hem of my top also. Open the darts on the waist by half inches. So here on the side front, half inches. On the center front, half inches. Now connect this line to meet this line this mark I came down by 1 inches. like this. I'm done connecting the dart legs. Now the next we have to do is to drop the round measurement. So the bust I'm working with is 36. 36 divided by 4 will give me 9. So on the chest line, I will drop down 9 inches. The waist I'm working with is 31. 31 divided by 4 on the waist will give me 7.75. So here I'll put down my 7.75 here. I'll add this back to the 7.75 we have here and mark that. Then we'll go to the top length. The hip I'm working with is 38. 38 divided by 4 is 9.5. So here I'll drop down my 9.5. Note, we've not added seam allowance to this pattern. So now connect from the chest line to the waist. Then from the waist to the top length, which is the hip, like this. So after doing this now, we have to come down from the bust point by 2 inches. This is the difference between my front and back measurement on mark. So now these 2 inches I came down by, I'll connect it to the 4 inches mark we have here. So this is it. This is how to draft a basic bodice pattern. Now we have to alter this to a corset block. So in order to do that, the first thing you have to do is to come in from your center front by ½ inches. This ½ inches is the width of your chest. When you're working for a plus size, you don't use ½ inches, you use 0.75. And this is ½ inches here. This is 0.75. So now I'll mark this ½ inches on the depth of my neckline, and I'll come down on the bust line also and mark ½ inches. I'll do the same thing also to the hem of the top ½ inches. I'll connect the lines together. So after doing this now, the next we have to do is to check what we have from the bust point to the under bust. So I will check what I have here. I have 3 inches. Then this 3 inches mark here, I'll come on the bust point. This is my bust point here. Now we have to create a guide for us to know where the cup will start and stop. So now I'll come here on the center front. Most times when you're creating this guide on your corset, most times it may exceed this ½ inches or 0.7 mark you came in. Don't bother. This is just a guide for you to create your cup. So now I'll mark 3 inches here. Then on the side front also, I'll do the same thing from this bust point mark here. So don't forget to hit the like button if you find this video helpful. Please hit the subscribe button. When you like this video, it gives this video more chance for others to see, and you can also share it with your soul friends. Please, thank you very much. Done creating my cycle. Now the next we have to do is to get how deep you want your corset to be, like the cleavage. This is the depth of our neckline, like that bone used to have on your neck. This is it. Now come down here by 6 inches. This is how deep I want my cleavage to show how deep it is, 6 inches, and I will mark this way. Now connect the center front cup first. You can see the way I place it, my curve, not too curvy, like this. So it stopped at the bust point. After doing that, now the next we have to do is to get the shoulder darts. So the shoulder darts here, to get your shoulder darts, you check what you have on your shoulder. We have 4.5. Then I'll divide this by 2 and mark. I'll connect this line to my nipple to nipple point here. After doing this now, we have to create a neckline from the shoulder down by, I'll check what I have here. I can make use of this round cycle I have, which is 7 inches. So this is it. I'll just draw a straight line. But when your own is too, when you want it lower, you can do 7.5, or if the cycle is like 7.5, you can just maintain the 7 inches. I will stick with the 7 inches here, and I will square the line together. After doing this, now we have to tighten the shoulder dart to avoid gaping when you bend down, to show your bust when you bend down. You don't need that. Now we'll tighten this by 0.75. You can either use 0.75 or half inches, but 0.75 do it a lot, as in to snatch that place, to not gape. So now connect this line to the bust point like this. I'm done with the tightening of the up, which is the neckline. Now we have to create the neckline. I will place my curve this way. You know, this is the cleavage, the 6 inches we came down. So now I will just connect like this. This is the center front. We've gotten the neckline for the center front. Then for the side front, I'll place my curve like this. So after doing that, now we have to tighten the underbust. To tighten your underbust, you check what we have on the underbust. Underbust measurement, I have 29. 29 divided by 4 will give me 7.25. So from the center front line here, I will drop my 7.25 here. And check what we have left. I have 1.5. Then here, I'll put down half inches on the center front. Then I'll bring the remaining 1 inches on this other side. You can see the way I put it. The half inches is from this other dart leg. Now it's 1.5. If you check it like this, we have 1 inches. So now connect the legs together like this. So now we have to connect that leg down to this waist like this. So after doing this, now for the cup at the side front, you just follow this your shoulder measurement down to your underbust, which is 7.5 inches here. So you know, for the shoulder we have 7.5. You bring it down to your underbust. That's where your cup should not exceed that shoulder line. If you take a look very well, you will see that's where the cup is supposed to stop. Or you come in from your side front by 1.5 inches. If you check it now, it's still 1.5 inches. So we are correct. This is it. So now to create a cup, you just come this way. See the way I'm coming down? You can see we've gotten our cup. But let me make use of my curve ruler. Not be too curvy, but this is it. You can see this is it. Now the next we have to do is to open the shoulder dart so we can close the bust darts. Can see how it is. Now pin this down. Okay, after doing this, you see there's a gap at the side. You just blend this back, and you can see the cup is corresponding the line together. After folding the bust dart, is straight. This is how it looks. Now continue with the cutting. So now we'll have to cut the back pattern. The first thing I did, I came in by 1 inches on the center back. Then I came down by 1 inches. This is my startup line. Next thing we have to do is to get the length of the back. You know, from shoulder to waist for the front is 16 inches. But for the back, we do the difference between our back and front. So that's 2 inches. So I'll use 14 inches for the back. Then I'll add that 1 inches we add for, you know, for the front we came down by 1 inches to give that basque effect. So now my back length will be 15 inches. And I'll just connect. Now from shoulder to the back is 15 inches. We are doing this because the front has that basque effect, so the side back and the side front has to match together. Okay, now we're getting the length of the back. Now the next we have to do is to get the width of the neckline. For the back, we'll be using 3 inches for the width of the neckline. Then the depth will be by 1 inches. Now connect the back neckline. So after connecting the back neckline, now the next we have to do is to get the shoulder measurement. The shoulder I'm working with is 14 divided by 2 will give me 7 inches plus half inches for seam allowance, which is 7.5. Then I'll come down from this my shoulder measurement by 1 inches and mark. Now to get your chest line, you divide your bust by 6 plus 1.5. The bust I'm working with is 36 divided by 6 plus 1.5 will give me 7.5. So now I'll come down from this 1 inches by 7.5 and mark. Then I'll check what I have from this startup line here. I have 8.5. So now I'll square it up, 8.5. So now I'll connect this line together. Bring down my shoulder measurement down to the chest line, which is 7.5. Now connect together. So now I will connect this 1 inches I came down here to the width of my neckline. After doing that, now we have to divide this 7.5 inches we have for the shoulder. When you divide 7.5 into 2 to give me 3.75. So this is it here. Then I'll come in by half inches for the shaping of my armhole for the back. Now connect, and I'll finish up with my French curve. Next we have to do is to tighten the back bulge. To do that, you will come in from your waistline by half inches here. Then you come down from the depth of your neckline by 3 inches and mark. So now connect this like this. So after doing that, now we have to drop the bust span on this measurement here. The bust span I'm working with is 4 inches. So I'll put down 4 inches on my chest line, and on the waistline also I'll put down 4 inches. Now connect with a straight line. Now open the darts by half inches. Half inches here and half inches here. So I'll come down from the chest line by 1 inches. My dart is not getting to the chest line. Now I'll connect my darts. So now I'm done with connecting the dart legs together. Now the next we have to do is to put down the bust measurement on the chest line. The bust I'm working with is 36. 36 divided by 4 is 9 inches. So here I'll drop my 9 inches here. Then on the waist, I'll divide my waist by 4. The waist I'm working with is 31. 31 divided by 4 will give me 7.75. So from this half inches I came in, that's where I will drop my 7.75 mark here. And I will drop my dart intake, which is 1 inches, and mark. So now after doing that, after connecting the lines together, now we have to get the neck line. For the neckline, I'll come down from my center back here by 1 inches, and I'll connect to the armhole. So now I've connected the neckline. Now we have to tighten this neckline here so it will not gape. We'll tighten by 0.25, which is half inches. 0.25 here, then 0.25 here also. So now connect back to the dart leg. We're almost done. Now the next we have to do is to get the loop for the back. For the loop for the back, I'll come in by 1.5 inches, and I will come on the waistline. I will come in by 1 inches. So now connect the line together. I've cut out the neckline. On the hem, I came down by ½ inches to shaping back to the length of the top, like this, so it will not be too short at the back. That's what I did. Now I'll bring down this 1 inches I have here down here. Then I'll do the same thing also on the darts. So guys, I'm done with the cutting of the pattern. You can see how it is. This is the center front, side back, and you can see my side back and the side front are equal at the sides. You can see they are equal. And this is the cup. This is the center front cup and the side front cup. You can see how it looks. This is my center back. Now I'll cut this on my fabric and I will tell you what next to do. I'm done cutting on my fabric and I've cut out my lining also. You can see I used bridal satin as the lining. This is the center front, the cup for the center front, and this is the cup for the side front. Then this is my center back. I label it so I can know where it is. This is the up of the back. This arrow facing up is my to show me that this is the up of the back, and this is the hem of the back. This is the center back, while this is the side back. You can see this is the side back. This is my side front. I added 1.5 inches for my seam allowance at the side. The other side here, I added ½ inches for sewing allowance. On the center front also, I added ½ inches round. To the hem of the top, I added ½ inches. On this my cup area also, I added ½ inches. This is the main fabric and this is the lining. On the cup also, I added ½ inches round the cups. ½ inches round the cups, and at the side of my back I added 1.5 inches for sewing allowance. I'll be dropping the sewing video soon. Please do remember to like, share this video with your sew friends. See you guys on my next video. God bless you.